I stand before you today not as someone who is hoping, not as someone who is wishing, but as one who has already claimed their victory. You see, the reality of the life we experience is shaped by the thoughts we hold in the quietest moments of our minds. The world, as it appears to us, is nothing more than the reflection of our deepest assumptions. If you wish to change the world around you, then change the story you tell yourself. I know that what I have achieved, was not a result of chance, but a direct manifestation of what I decided was already mine. I did not wait for the world to grant me permission. I did not wait for conditions to be perfect. I simply chose it. I chose the life I wanted, and I felt it not as a far-off dream, but as an already realized fact. I lived it in my mind and trusted the process, knowing that the world had no choice but to follow suit. Every day, every hour, every moment, the mind is shaping the circumstances. It is a law as unchanging as the law of gravity. What you impress upon your consciousness, what you hold in the feeling of your heart, must inevitably take form. But it is not enough to hope for it. It is not enough to wish for it. You must know that it is already yours. Feel it in your bones. Feel the joy of your success, the freedom of your riches, the peace of your abundance. Not as something to come, but as something that has already arrived. The key is in assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled. You must live it as though it has already manifested, for that is the moment when the world bends to your command. There is no delay in creation. The moment you shift your internal state, the external world must conform. The universe has no other choice but to align with your inner beliefs. And I tell you now, from experience, that the moment you declare it as done, the world will move mountains to bring it to you. Doubt has no place in this reality. Doubt is merely the signal that you are not fully in alignment with the truth of your power. Let it go. Cast aside all fear, all uncertainty. Your mind is the creator, and once you realize this, you will stop chasing, you will stop begging, you will start receiving. For it has always been yours to claim. Now, as I stand here, I am not simply witnessing my success, I am living it. I am the embodiment of every desire I have ever held. And I am telling you, my friends, you are no different. You are not separate from the abundance of the universe. You are not outside of the limitless potential that exists within you. You have only to accept it, to own it, and to declare that it is already so. Do not wait for a sign. The sign is your own inner certainty. The sign is your own belief. When you understand that all creation is birthed within, and that the world you experience is nothing more than the echo of your inner state, you will stand in awe of your own power. I have already won. You too can claim your victory in the same way. You have already won. It is done. I am here to remind you of a simple truth. What you see before you is the result of my thoughts, my assumptions, my beliefs, and nothing else. I did not look to the outside world to validate my worth. I did not seek approval from anyone or anything. I simply knew. I knew that the life I desired was already mine, in every sense of the word. It was not a dream waiting to be realized, but a reality waiting to be acknowledged. And this, my friends, is the most powerful secret you can ever learn. The world around you is nothing more than the reflection of your inner state. When you begin to understand this, the weight of the world lifts off your shoulders. The struggle, the striving, the constant yearning for something better, these things cease to exist in your life. The only work required is internal work. The only effort needed is the effort to assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled. You do not have to wait for circumstances to align. You do not have to wait for the world to change. All that is required is that you change within yourself. And once you do that, once you live from the state of already having, the world is forced to follow. I do not speak to you of theories or concepts. I speak to you from experience, from the truth that I have discovered for myself. I have not obtained my wealth through labor or struggle. I have not achieved my success through hard work or competition. No, I have achieved it by becoming the person who already possesses what I desire. I am living proof of this truth. My world has changed not because of external circumstances, but because I have allowed it to change within me. The moment you stop looking outside of yourself for validation, for proof, for signs, is the moment you become the master of your reality. You do not need to wait for the perfect time or the perfect conditions. You do not need to struggle or work harder than anyone else. You need only to believe in the power within you to create your world. You need only to accept that the life you want is already yours. The law of assumption is not a mystery, it is a law of the universe, as sure and steady as the rising of the sun. And when you embrace it, when you live from this knowing, the universe has no choice but to conspire in your favor. I understand that this may sound too simple, too easy, but I assure you, it is not only possible, it is inevitable. The moment you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, the moment you live as though it is already so, you are activating the law of assumption in your life. This is not something that will happen in the future. It is not something that you will one day attain. It is already here now. You are living it, breathing it, feeling it in every fiber of your being. And that feeling, that certainty, is the key that unlocks the door to your desires. You must, however, let go of the need to control the how. Do not concern yourself with the means by which your desires will come to you. The universe has its own way of delivering what you have already claimed. Your job is simply to stay in the feeling of having it. This is where many people go astray. They try to figure out how it will happen. They try to manipulate the external world into conformity, but that is not the work. The work is in the feeling. The work is in living as though you are already the person who has everything they desire. I cannot stress enough how important it is to maintain this state of feeling even when the world around you does not yet reflect it. It is easy to get discouraged when the outer world seems to resist your assumptions. But I tell you this, the world must eventually conform to your inner state. The longer you persist in assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled, the more the outer world must reflect it. The world does not operate on a time schedule. It operates on the law of assumption. The moment you claim something as true in your own consciousness, the universe begins to arrange itself to bring that truth into your experience. There is no room for doubt in this process. Doubt is the enemy of creation. It is the seed that prevents your desires from taking root in your life. The moment you allow doubt to enter your mind, you are signaling to the universe that you do not believe in the power of your own assumptions. Doubt creates a state of resistance, and resistance is the very thing that prevents your desires from manifesting. So I say to you, let go of doubt. Let go of the need to question the process. You are the creator of your reality, and as such you must trust in your own power. Your thoughts, your assumptions, your beliefs are the forces that shape your world. This is not something that will take years or decades to prove. This is something that you can begin to experience immediately. You do not have to wait for the world to change, you change first. You claim your desires as already yours, and the world must follow. It is that simple. The moment you decide that something is yours, it begins to move toward you. The moment you assume the feeling of already having it, it is already on its way. I know that this is difficult for many to understand, especially if they have spent their lives struggling against the world trying to make things happen. But I assure you, the struggle is unnecessary. The struggle is born from the belief that you are separate from your desires. You are not separate. You are one with them. They are already yours, waiting for you to claim them. The moment you claim them in your consciousness, the world has no choice but to reflect that claim. I know that some of you may still feel skeptical. You may still be wondering how this can be true. But I ask you, what have you to lose by trying? What have you to lose by living as though your desires are already fulfilled? You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. The moment you begin to live from the state of having, you are creating the life you have always dreamed of. And I promise you, once you experience the power of this law for yourself, You will never look at the world the same way again. I am living proof of this truth. What you see before you is not the result of luck or chance. It is the result of a deliberate, conscious decision to assume the feeling of already having. I did not wait for the world to change. I changed first. I decided that my desires were already mine, and the world had no choice but to reflect that decision. And now, as I stand before you, I can tell you with certainty, the same is true for you. I can tell you with certainty, the same is true for you. You are not waiting for something to happen. You are simply waiting to claim what is already yours. Your life is a reflection of your thoughts. Your world is a mirror of your inner state. The key to transforming your life is not in changing the outside world, but in changing your assumptions, your beliefs, and your thoughts. The moment you claim your desires, the moment you assume the feeling of having them, the world must conform. The world must reflect your inner state. And this, my friends, is the law of assumption. This is the law that governs all creation. And it is the law that has brought me everything I have today. So I ask you now, what do you desire? What do you want to create? Do not wait for the world to change. Do not wait for the perfect conditions. The conditions are already perfect, for you are the creator. You are the one who shapes your reality. And the moment you decide that your desires are already yours, the world will have no choice but to reflect that truth. The power is in your hands, and it always has been. You are the master of your own fate. You are the creator of your reality. And the world is waiting to reflect your assumptions back to you. The moment you claim it, it is yours. And that, my friends, is the truth. There is a truth that many are unaware of, and it is the truth that governs everything you experience. This truth does not care who you are, where you come from, or what your past has been. It is a law that works for all, without exception. The moment you realize that your world is the result of your thoughts, you unlock the door to infinite possibility. It is not about working harder. It is not about forcing things to happen. It is about living from the place where everything you desire already exists. It is about knowing with unwavering certainty that the life you desire is not somewhere out there in the distant future. It is right here, right now, waiting for you to recognize it. The greatest mistake that people make is to believe that they must wait for external circumstances to align before they can experience the life they want. They wait for the job, the relationship, the house, the money, or the health to show up in their physical reality before they will believe that they are worthy of it. This is the error. You are not waiting for anything. You are not waiting for permission. You are not waiting for a sign. The moment you decide in your heart and mind that you already have what you desire, the entire universe must respond to that decision. You are the creator of your reality. And when you begin to fully accept this, the world becomes your canvas. Every thought, every assumption, every belief that you hold is painting the picture of your life. The external world has no power over you unless you give it power. The external world is a reflection of your inner world. This is the secret. It is so simple, yet so many miss it because they are focused on the wrong things. They are focused on the outside, on what others are doing, on the circumstances, on the conditions. But the power, the true power, is within. You are the one who determines what you experience. You are the one who shapes your reality. You see, the life you desire is not outside of you. It is not something you must chase. It is not something you must struggle to attain. It is something you must claim with every fiber of your being. The moment you decide that it is already yours, the world must align itself with that decision, and when you live as though it is already true, you will begin to see the results in your physical world. But you must be vigilant in protecting your thoughts. You must be diligent in guarding your mind from the doubts and fears that will surely try to creep in. The world will always try to convince you that what you desire is not possible, that it is too far out of reach. The world will try to tell you that you are not worthy, that you are not capable, that you are not deserving. But I am here to tell you that this is a lie. You are worthy, you are deserving, you are capable, and you are the only one who can give yourself permission to live the life you were born to live. Many people look for reasons why they cannot have what they desire. They look for the evidence that proves their doubts right. They ask themselves, why is it not happening for me? Why do I not have what I want? They search for signs in the external world to validate their assumptions. But this is the wrong approach. You must not wait for signs. The sign is in the feeling. The sign is in the knowing that it is already done. When you assume the feeling of already having, the universe is compelled to bring it to you. It is a law. There is no room for failure when you live from this place. There is no possibility for disappointment when you have already claimed it. You cannot fail because you are already living in the end. The end is the place where your desires are already fulfilled. And when you live from that place, everything else follows. The world cannot resist the force of your assumption. Do you understand what I am saying? Your external circumstances have no power over you unless you give them power. Your world does not determine your state of being. You determine your state of being. The external world is not in charge of your life. You are in charge. You are the one who gets to decide what you experience, what you attract, and what you create. The moment you assume the feeling of already having, the universe moves in ways you cannot yet comprehend to bring it to you. This is not some abstract idea. This is not a theory. This is a law that governs everything. And once you realize this, once you accept this as truth, you will see your life begin to transform. The power that you once thought was outside of you is in fact within you. It always has been, and when you begin to harness this power, you will understand that there is nothing in this world that is beyond your reach. Many people spend their lives seeking answers outside of themselves, looking to others for guidance, looking to the world to provide them with the keys to their success. But the truth is, the only keys you need are already within you. You have always had them, and once you unlock the power within, everything else falls into place. You no longer need to search for the answers. The answers are in the knowing that you are the creator, the knowing that the world is your reflection, the knowing that everything you desire is already yours. The mind is a powerful force. It is the force that shapes your reality. It is the force that determines your success, your happiness, your abundance, and your peace. When you realize that your thoughts create your life, you begin to understand the true nature of power. And when you begin to live from this knowing, you will witness miracles unfold in your life. If you are not limited by your circumstances, you are not limited by your past, you are not limited by anything other than the thoughts you choose to believe. Your past does not define you, your present does not define you, you define yourself. You are the one who determines who you are and what you will become. And the moment you decide that you are already the person who has everything you desire, that is the moment your world begins to change. The power lies in your ability to assume the feeling of already having. It is not enough to wish for something. It is not enough to want something. You must feel it. You must live it. You must embody it. The feeling is the key. The moment you feel the fullness of your desire, the moment you live from the place of already having, you activate the law of assumption. And when that law is activated, there is nothing that can stand in your way. The world will try to tell you that it is not possible. It will try to tell you that you are not capable, that you are not worthy, that you are not deserving. But I am here to tell you that this is a lie. You are capable, you are worthy, you are deserving. And the moment you accept this truth, the moment you stop doubting yourself, the moment you stop looking for evidence in the external world, you will see everything change. The external world is not your master. It is your servant. It reflects your inner state. It reflects your assumptions. And when you assume the feeling of already having, the world has no choice but to reflect that back to you. The external world must conform to your inner world. It is a law. it is unbreakable, it is unstoppable. You are the creator of your reality. You are the one who determines what you experience. And the moment you accept this, the moment you live from the place of already having, the world will move mountains to bring your desires to you. There is no limit to what you can create. There is no limit to what you can have. The only limit is the one you place on yourself. And when you remove that limit, when you release all doubt, all fear, all hesitation, the world will open up to you in ways you cannot yet imagine. You have within you everything you need to create the life you desire. You have the power, the ability, and the authority to shape your reality. And when you embrace this power, when you live from this truth, nothing in this world can stop you. You are unstoppable. You are invincible. You are the creator of your own reality. And once you realize this, once you live from this place, the world becomes yours to command. Understand that your mind is not a passive observer. It is not a mere receptacle for the world's influence. Your mind is the active force that shapes your world, and every thought, every belief, every assumption that you hold within it sets the course of your life. The world around you is but a mirror reflecting back your own inner state. When you are aware of this truth, you no longer see yourself as a victim of external circumstances. You see yourself as the creator, the architect of your own life. There is a profound power in the assumption. The power lies in assuming that the thing you desire is already yours, that it is already a part of your experience. This is where many fall short. They desire something, but they do not assume it. They wish for something, but they do not live in the reality of it. The moment you assume that you already have what you desire, you align yourself with that reality. You begin to experience it in every part of your being. And because you feel it as real, the world must bring it to you. I know that some of you may still question this, wondering how it could be so simple. How could a thought, an assumption create the world around you? But the answer is simple. It is the law of the universe. It is a law that governs all creation. A law that operates regardless of whether you believe in it or not. It is a law that works with or without your conscious awareness. And once you recognize it, once you embrace it, you can use it to shape every aspect of your life. Okay, the key is consistency. It is not enough to assume your desire once and then give up when it does not show up immediately. This is where many fail. They begin with enthusiasm, they assume the feeling of their wish fulfilled, but when the world does not immediately conform, they doubt. They question, they give up. But that is not how it works. The world takes its time in reflecting your inner state, but it must reflect it. It cannot do otherwise. The law is unchanging. And once you align with it, it must manifest. You must continue in the feeling of having. You must persist in the belief that it is already yours, no matter what the outer world seems to tell you. And as you persist, the world will begin to shift. It will begin to bend to your assumption. Opportunities will appear where there were none. People will show up in your life who will help you. The circumstances you need will unfold in ways you cannot yet comprehend. But you must remain steadfast. You must live as though it is already done. This is where your faith must come in. You must have faith in your own ability to create, in your own power to shape the world. Faith is not just believing that something is possible. Faith is knowing with absolute certainty that it is already done. Faith is trusting that the universe will deliver what you have assumed, and that it will deliver it in the most perfect and timely way. The universe knows no limits. It knows no boundaries. It is only limited by your assumptions. The moment you assume that your desires are already fulfilled, the universe begins to rearrange itself to bring them to you. But this requires courage. It requires the courage to stand in the face of doubt, to stand in the face of fear, and to remain unwavering in your belief that your desire is already yours. It requires the courage to refuse to accept anything less than what you have claimed for yourself. And the moment you make that decision, the moment you decide that you will no longer accept anything but your desire, The world must conform to that decision. It is important to remember that you are not at the mercy of circumstances. You are not at the mercy of the economy, the job market, the people around you, or anything else that seems to dictate your fate. You are the master of your destiny. You are the one who sets the course. You are the one who decides what you will experience. And the moment you make that decision, the world will change. It has no choice but to change. The power that is within you is limitless. And when you tap into it, you will see that there is nothing that is beyond your reach. But there is one thing that you must do above all else. You must trust yourself. You must trust in your ability to create the life you desire. You must trust in the power of your own assumptions. The only limit that exists is the one you place on yourself. The moment you stop limiting yourself, the moment you stop doubting your ability, you will see that anything is possible. The life you desire is already here. It has always been here. And all you need to do is to assume it, to live in the state of having, and to trust that it is yours. The world you see before you is not the world as it truly is. It is the world as you believe it to be. You are constantly interpreting and filtering the world through the lens of your beliefs, your assumptions, your past experiences. But when you change the lens, when you change your beliefs, when you change your assumptions, the world changes. And this is the power that you hold. The power to change your world is not found in the external circumstances. It is found in your mind, in the thoughts that you choose to believe, in the assumptions that you make about the world and yourself. Your life is a reflection of what you believe about it. If you believe that life is hard, that money is scarce, that love is difficult to find, then that is what you will experience. But if you believe that life is abundant, that everything you desire is already yours, that love flows freely to you, then that is what you will experience. The world does not create your beliefs. Your beliefs create your world. It is time to stop waiting for the world to change. It is time to stop waiting for things to fall into place. The moment you decide in your heart and mind that it is already done, the world will have no choice but to follow. The moment you assume the feeling of already having, the universe begins to rearrange itself to bring it to you. The more you live in the state of having, the more you will see your desires unfold before you. If the more you trust in your own power, the more the world will reflect that trust. The power of assumption is not just a theoretical idea. It is a practical law that you can apply in every area of your life. It works in love, in wealth, in health, in every aspect of your experience. There is nothing that is beyond your reach. The only limitation is the limitation you place on yourself. The only obstacle is the doubt you allow to enter your mind. But once you release the doubt, once you fully embrace the truth of your own power, there is nothing that can stop you. I know that it may be difficult to fully grasp this concept. I know that you may have been taught to believe that success requires hard work, that wealth requires struggle, that love requires sacrifice. But I am here to tell you that this is a lie. Success does not require struggle. Wealth does not require effort. Love does not require sacrifice. These are all assumptions that have been handed down to you by the world. But the truth is, all of these things are already yours. They are yours to claim, and once you claim them, they will flow effortlessly into your life. You are the Proshanism coming from the Two Truths collection. The truth is that you are what you obey. Your desires are not striving and struggling. It is time to stop striving and struggling. It is time to begin living from the place of already having. Your desires are not something you have to chase. The only world you assume the feeling of already having, the moment you, and when that happens, you will see that there was never any need for struggle. There was never any need for effort. All you had to do was assume it. You are the creator of your reality. You are the one who decides what you will experience. The world will always reflect your assumptions. And when you assume that your desires are already yours, the world has no choice but to bring them to you. This is the power that you hold. This is the power that you can tap into at any moment. The moment you decide that your desires are already fulfilled, the universe will move in ways you cannot yet understand to bring them to you. There is no limit to what you can create. There is no limit to what you can have. You are the creator of your own reality. The only limitation is the one you place on yourself. And when you remove that limitation, when you stop doubting, when you fully embrace the power within you, you will see that anything is possible. The life you desire is already yours. And once you realize this, once you claim it, the world will have no choice but to reflect that truth. And so I leave you with this: the world is yours. The life you desire is not a distant dream, it is a reality waiting for you to claim it. You are the creator of your own experiences, and the power to shape your world lies within you. Every thought, every belief, every assumption you hold is molding your reality. There is no need to wait for external circumstances to change, for they are merely reflections of what you believe to be true. Understand this deeply. You do not need to chase after what you want. You do not need to struggle or fight for it. All that is required is for you to assume the feeling of already having, to step into the knowing that your desires are already fulfilled. When you live in that truth, the universe must respond to you. It must bring your desires to fruition. You are not bound by the past, the present, or the world around you. You are bound only by the beliefs you hold. The moment you decide to release doubt, to release fear, to release any limitation you have placed on yourself, you will see that there is nothing in this world that is beyond your reach. The life you have always dreamed of is waiting for you to embrace it, to claim it as your own. You are powerful beyond measure. You are worthy beyond comprehension. And the life you desire is already yours, ready to unfold before you. Trust in your own power. Trust in the law of assumption. Live as though it is already done, and watch as the world begins to shift to match your inner reality. Now walk in the certainty of your desires already fulfilled. Live in the end. You are the creator of your world, and the time to step into your power is now. Your desires are not separate from you, they are already a part of you. The moment you align with this truth, everything will change. Remember, the only limit is the one you place on yourself. Step into the full knowing of your power and let the universe unfold the beauty and abundance you deserve. The world is yours to command.